Hello, and welcome to Return to Living Geeks, a podcast where we geek out about our favorite film and television shows, both old and new. I am your host, Michael Vaughn. I am a writer for Geek Vibes Nation, and my previous bylines include Films in Review, Scream Magazine, and AMC's The Bite. So today we have a really awesome guest. Dennis Daniel is joining us today, and he's been writing about horror films for over 40 years. He began writing for the original Deep Red, and he still writes for the recent revival. His work also has appeared in Psychotronic, Film Facts, Fangoria, Comics Buyer's Guide, and the Comics Journal, and many others. His books also include Famous Monsters Chronicles 1 and 2, and a chapter in the Deep Red Horror Handbook. And he's also been a zombie in Savini's Night of the Living Dead. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you so much for coming out today.
Yes, I'm very glad to come up. Come up anytime you ask me. Just give me an invite and I'll be there flapping my lips.
I know this has been a long time coming because I know we've known each other for, it feels like forever. So like this is kind of like the first time that we've really got to banter like this.
Right,
So.
exactly. We, both of us being writers, we know how to communicate with text. Like, 90% of the world doesn't. So it's great when
Yeah.
great when you're talking to a fellow writer. Because I don't know about you, but I look at my texts, I edit them, I try and get the right punctuation. I'm like, that's just part of me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people just put on the voice recorder and then they send you what they said, and it's complete and utter gobbledygook. It's like trying to a puzzle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm always creeped out when people send me like a voice link. Like, I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I always get a little like.
Did you hear the one I sent you?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not creeped out by you, but I'm just saying when I wasn't used to it, I guess I should say. So today's a really special episode because we're going to be talking about our favorite horror and just general film releases as far as like home video goes.
Yes, over the last several years.
Yeah. Yep. And we can kick it off with one of your selections if you want.
All right. Well, let's begin from my official Famous Monsters hat.
Nice.
Let's begin with, it really was astonishing when they did the 4K version of Zombie. That to me, it looks amazing. It's almost like they're here.
Nice.
We're talking crystal clear, Isn't that a great mask?
That's fantastic.
Look at this one.
Nice.
The boat zombie.
Is that Don Post or who's that?
I don't know who it is. I get all my horror stuff from Nightmare Toys in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Christy Adams, the owner. She is an absolutely amazing woman. She's like every horror-loving guy's dream of what they'd hope their girlfriend would be.
Nice. We should have her on the show. That would be awesome.
She'd be a great guest. Are you kidding? You'd love her. She loves horror movies so much that not only is her entire home filled with paraphernalia, toys, posters, everything, she also has this astonishing store in Las Vegas that it's this big giant store. She has guests that come over. It's just there. Linda Blair was just there.
Oh, wow. That's
and,
awesome.
And then she gets Linda Blair to sign shit. And it's like, you could buy a Linda Blair toy that Linda Blair signed. And she always signs it, Linda Blair, Reagan. Yeah, Reagan.
That's awesome.
So there's number one. This really, I've owned Zombie 2,000 fucking times, bro. First the VHS, then the Laserdisc, then the DVD, then the special edition DVD, then the Blu-ray, then the 4K Blu-ray,
And then whenever 8K and that all comes out.
Oh God, forget it. All right, so is that how we do it? You go, I go, you go, I go?
Yeah, we could do it back and forth like that. So I just got this in, and I mean, look at this beauty.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
So
Arrow Films. God bless Arrow Films.
yes, I mean, so I did I did an unboxing video, but I will show this off.
No.
This thing is a beast.
Mike, doesn't it make you happy to be alive? I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible time for genre fans. It really is. So
Wow, look at that thing.
yeah, look at the layout. I mean, the layout is just.
Wait a minute. You're making me drool over here. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like, and I was saying this in my unboxing video, but I love how just everything is laid out. Like, it is so organized.
Dude, you know, do you have the Arrow Channel app?
No, I don't. No.
This conversation's over. No, get it.
Okay.
Bro, get it. 90% of all of Arrow's films are streaming. And it's cheap.
Okay.
It's like $6.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing because the reason why I'm saying that is because that entire set is on the channel.
There. Nice.
But and that's all well and good, but you still want to own the beautiful,
oh yeah,
you know, what they did. But if you can't get to it or if you can't afford it right now, you don't have to deny yourself the films. You know what I mean? All the trappings and all the goodies and all that, that's all, yeah, we love that shit. But, you know, you don't have to deny yourself not seeing, you know, the final reason why you love it all. It's the movie.
Oh yeah, totally. Like it's like I love, well, obviously, like I love physical media so much, but then like I stream a lot too because like it's kind of nice to like try before you buy, you know? So
absolutely.
So, yeah,
you know, I mean, I don't know how old you are. I'm 61. So, and I was a film fanatic, you know, literally when, you know, it was like, I came out of the womb. It's like, I mean, you know, I was like, you know, really, so literally. And so when VHS first came out, it was the most astonishing thing on the face of the earth to me. I taped everything, you know, because I could. And then, of course, we know the evolution of the way things went. But I never have lost that feeling of what it's like to own.
Yeah.
I own this movie. This is mine. You know, yeah, I could stream it. Yeah, whatever. I don't know if you saw when I did the thing on my Facebook page about that picture of me with and I said physical media rules. It's a picture of me standing in the Forbidden Planet in New York City with you know, a whole bunch of DVDs in my hands like this, and then the wall that's full of them. And it's gotten more hits than just about anything I've ever done. It's unbelievable how many people have looked at this thing. And of all of them, there was just one guy, and this one guy goes, "A waste of money.
What?
Who needs all that crap around, you know, you know, I would just rather stream or something like that." And then he says, "I download everything illegally."
Yeah, fuck that person.
Everybody went nuts, you know.
Yeah.
And I wrote back to him and I said something along the lines of, you know, trying not to be a dick, you know, but still get my point across. I said, you know, you obviously, you know, are not a film fan because it's not about just having a copy of something. Anybody could have that. It's an actual work of art. It's an all-encompassing thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful object. It contains magic, and it's something you own, not just something on this external drive that you're plugging in that has 4,000 fucking movies on it. It's not what it's about.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been collecting like ever since I could like buy movies for myself.
How old are you?
36.
You're a zygote. No, that's
Psycho.
great. That's great. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, No, I mean, that's why I love like reviewing and talking about physical media, because I feel like it's something that needs to stay. It needs to be like here forever, you know?
There, we have every right to feel afraid that it might not be, because look at how the world has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike, I started my career in radio. I was a rock disc jockey. I was a producer. I wrote commercials. I wrote comedy. I did a lot of live comedy, like, in the old days, you just open the microphone, and I used to do improv off the top of my head.
Nice.
Being a disc jockey is really improv off the top of your head too, because you open that mic and you're talking about, radio isn't that any longer. Radio is programmed to death, and disc jockeys don't really matter anymore. And then finally, even more, to the death of it is the fact that why would anybody listen to a radio station with commercials and people bullshitting when you could put on Spotify, you could put on your iPod, you could put on YouTube, you could put on whatever. You can hear whatever you want, whenever you want, like that. So
yeah, but I mean, it's
so you're, it's just like, is physical media going to go away? Is it going to eventually not be profitable to do?
I mean, I certainly hope not.
Yeah. So we're kind of like, we're physical media hoarders.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to kind of tout the awesome stuff that these labels are doing, and like just, yeah, with this set, I mean, this just doesn't just happen. Like there's a lot of love that goes into stuff like this.
Boy, are you not kidding about that? Yes.
Like I talked to a lot of like, for an upcoming project, I talked to a lot of like people in different like boutique labels, and I mean, just talking to them, and it's like a Hail Mary when a regular a regular film comes out on home video, let alone a beautiful box set like that. And I think that's like, we tend to take that for granted. And like, I try to like make people know, like, hey, like this took a lot of time. This took a lot of manpower. This took a lot of hours. This took a lot of coordinating to get this awesome thing that you.
Oh yeah. Without any question, of course.
But yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why it's so precious.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I will always not be, I mean, I will always like vote with my money and buy the things that I love, because when you pirate stuff, you're not like, you're just ripping it off. You're not sending any kind of message when you buy something. I review products for like Severin and some different labels, but I still buy stuff from them. Like I still support them with my dollars, like there's a couple of things in this pile that I have that didn't come out of my product review stuff. It came out of my own pocket, because like I want to support like these labels as well.
Sure.
Like,
and I mean, when you think about it in the long run, how expensive is it? It's a very good hobby, because unless you're getting something that's super duper deluxe or something, you could get shit for $20 or less and get really good shit. I mean, and yeah. So yeah, it is definitely.
Yeah.
My zombie. I know I could put on Shudder and see Zombie, but that's the nice thing, is I could be sitting in the airport watching Zombie, So whatever.
Yeah, you got a lot of interesting reactions when you do that.
So anyway, you want to keep going with our lists?
Yeah. What now? It's your turn.
You were talking about Shaw. Was there anything else you wanted to say about Shaw? The films?
Oh, just that it's pretty amazing. It's 19.
Well, tell the audience, maybe there's people out there that don't know what movies are in there. What movies are in that box? And who are the stars that make it interesting? Or the directors?
I was going to say, we got a lot here. I know it's like 9 films. So I will go through real quick. because again, some awesome artwork.
Yeah. Oh,
So I'll like Vanna White it over here.
put it more on camera. Don't cut it out. Show us that. We see your face already. Put it right there so we can see it.
Oh, yeah. You don't want my ugly mug in it too?
No, I want to just see more of that. That's all, just for the sake of, not because I don't think you're a beautiful human being, but
no,
wow.
I get it. You want me to put my face away? That's fine.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, what films are in there?
Sorry?
What are the movies that they put in there?
Well, they have a title on each thing here, and then they have the these are the soundtracks.
Oh, they give you the soundtracks. That's great.
Nice. And then
that's another thing that's gone away, CDs.
So, and then it comes with a booklet.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this thing is epic.
What does it go for? How much does it cost?
So right now on Amazon, this is $120.
That's a bargain.
It really is. So this, and I mean, this thing is so detailed. I mean, you can see, I'll get my ugly face out of the way, but you can see like
I just love Japanese cinema. I love Japanese cinema, all Japanese cinema.
And I mean, but just look like film notes, trivia, just this to me, I think is like
that thing. You could live with that thing for months.
Yeah. Like I haven't, the only caveat is I don't have the Severin folk horror box set yet. Mine is shipped.
Yeah, I haven't got mine either. I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Well, when I woke up, I got my shipping notification and I was like through the roof.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any notification yet, but that's what I've been looking for in my mailbox every fucking day. Where's the folk set? Where's the folk set? Where's the folk set? Oh, man. Got that.
But I was going to say, so the only caveat is like that Shaw set is maybe the best box set, but I don't have the folk horror set from Severin. So that might edge it out, but that
it sure does look like it's going to be amazing, the films that they're putting in there.
Well, and it's worth noting with this Shaw set, so this is the volume 1, of course, but it's limited. So again, I wouldn't sleep on it because it, as you can see,
it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about this. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, as you watch this, one of our major reasons of showing you these things is because if you really like them and they float your boat, you got to get them while you can, because they'll eventually be on eBay for 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than you'll ever be able or want to pay for something. So
like I missed out on the Al Adamson set.
This price.
Yeah, the secondary market's crazy. That's why I always try to get things like new when I can.
But God bless the secondary market, because I've found wonderful things that I couldn't find anywhere else that I've bought on eBay. Sometimes the price absolutely perfect. Like, wow, that's all. Sometimes a little higher, but something very rare, so. Anyway, you want to go into the next movie?
Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, what do I have? I might as well do this since it's a really more recent one. And
nice. I don't have that one yet, so you'll have to like show it off to me.
Well, first of all, I guess I ought to let people know I'm working on a book called The Horror, a Film Fanatic's Guide to the Cinema of the Macabre. And it's going to be all movie reviews from both myself. Mike's going to be in the book, right? You said you'd be in it. Now I'm really putting it.
Hell yeah!
He said he's going to be in it. It's on the video, man. A lot of other guest writers, certainly anybody from Deep Red that has the time and wants to contribute, they'll be in there. I've already gotten some commitments from a lot of people. Art Edinger, who's a wonderful writer, he created Ultraviolet magazine. You familiar with that?
Oh yeah.
Art's going to do a piece on all of the I Spit on Your Grave movies.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's very close with Keaton. He knows her. And
wow.
they're parents. Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, all right, so here we go. So this has 4 films in it. The True Story of the Nun of Monza. Guess who directed this?
Franco.
Bruno Mattei.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's out of his fucking mind. You know that, right? I mean, he's out of his fucking mind. So this is a nunsploitation film with an astonishing amount of sex, and debauchery.
Yeah, as you would hope that the
Well, yeah, but some more than others. Some have a really great story, but they don't necessarily have to have tons of nudity and stuff like that, although they all have nudity. But I'm just saying, there are some that are just really beautifully made. Fellini had nudity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, some are just, so this is really good.
I mean, I have nudity in my contract that I must, it's a demand that I'm nude all the time.
All right, the story of a cloistered nun. This is a work of art. This is beautifully shot. It's it has nudity in it and all, but it's a gorgeous movie, gorgeous, and kind of emotional too, because a lot of these nuns. Usually with nunsploitation, it's most of the time it's about either a nun a young girl that goes to be a nun that doesn't want to be a nun, or is forced to be a nun, or obviously there's just the nuns who are just there and crawling up the walls because they're all prime sexual candidates in their age, and they can't satisfy that urge, and that leads to all the lesbianism in the nunsploitation films. It's just like, it cracks me up. Human beings are so funny, and I'm one of them, obviously, because I love all this shit. But it's blasphemy enough. It's just blasphemy enough that they're nuns. But you add the lesbianism to it, and the way in which it's done, it's just the forbidden of the forbidden.
Yeah,
it's forbidden fruit. Images in a convent. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Joe D'Amato.
That I have seen. I've seen that one.
This one is the craziest of all. The craziest of all. He even beats out Bruno Mattei on this one. He just goes nuts with the sex. There's a sex scene every 5 seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That scene in the end where the exorcist is walking through the convent and all the nuns are following him and they're all naked except they're wearing their habits. He's got all these beautiful, nubile, 20-something nuns following him as he's walking. He's not paying any attention to them because, they're the devil. They've been possessed. It's unbelievable. He walks by every door and there's a nun standing there completely nude except for the habit. Oh, it's crazy. He was out of his mind. I love him. Don't you love him?
Yeah.
I love him. And this one, Christiana Devil Nun, also absolutely crazy. The nun is, she has issues, this character. The thing is, I don't want to give things away. All I got to say is that this Severon box set is magnificent. Magnificent. And, it only scratches the surface, bro, because there's so many nunsploitation movies. It's crazy. Once I started getting into the genre, right, I thought, well, how could, the Devils, Ken Russell's The Devils is like the
definitive
genre. And, I'm thinking to myself, well, how many nunsploitation movies can there be?
A lot.
They could put out another 10 box sets. I mean, it's like it's unbelievable.
So now, what's your favorite?
Paul Verhoeven just directed a nunsploitation.
Yeah, Bernadette. Right?
Yeah, that I gotta see. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I trying to get a screener for that one. What's your favorite one out of that set?
Of this set?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd have to go with Joe D'Amato.
Nice.
I'd have to go with Images in a Convent. Yeah. And then the second one would be Story of a Cloistered Nun, because it's really beautifully shot. It doesn't reek of, it doesn't say nunsploitation as much as it says really great drama and story, and what's really great too is that a lot of these nunsploitation things, right at the end, it's always based on a true story, or they name some crazed Italian title of some novel that was written in the 15th century or whatever the hell it is. Like, they always have a source. They want you to know that the debauchery you just watched is based on fact,
Yeah. Or class it up somehow, like.
Right. Yeah. But nunsploitation is my book will have a special section on nunsploitation. I'm actually writing an article for Delirium magazine about nunsploitation.
Okay.
And what I really like about it more than anything else is that it's obviously a very popular genre, subdivision genre, what do you want to call it? And it can go from, like I said, a really beautiful, well-made movie to something that is the height of depravity.
Yeah.
Like it has all these different levels that it can go story-wise.
Yeah.
You can have a PG, you could have an R, you could have an X, you could have a triple X.
Yeah, bring it on.
Joe D'Amato one, man. Oh my God. Did you ever see Porno Holocaust?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes.
Need I say more?
Yeah. Or was it Erotic Nights of the Living Dead?
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I'm so sad he's not around anymore.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have met him. I never met him. I would have loved to have met him. I would have given him a big hug and said, "You are one sick fuck, dude."
Yeah, dude, I bet he was a character for sure.
All right, your turn.
All right, so sticking with Severin, this is a pretty recent release, An Angel for Satan with the amazing Barbara Steele.
Yes.
And has a beautiful slipcover on it.
Do you know that one of the greatest thrills of my life is that, as far as I know right now, with everything that has been released, especially a lot of the most recent ones, I literally have every Barbara Steele film. Nice. From the 60s and 70s. She did other films. She's got other things, obviously that she's done, but the Gothic stuff, the real walking around in the castles with candelabra stuff,
Oh yeah, I love all that stuff. And like, now I did get to meet her once, which was really awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was very odd. Like, I was like, I'm not easily starstruck, but I was kind of starstruck.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, she's worked with everybody, man. She worked with like Fellini. She's worked with Cronenberg. You name it.
Yep.
And so I obviously, one of my favorite movies is Black Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
So of course, I had to get her to sign a photo from that. So
I fucking hate you. I have a Barbara Steele story that tops that.
Oh, nice.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're all sitting here talking. Might as well just go ahead and blurt it out. One of my dearest friends is Roy Frumkus. Those of you who may not know who Roy is, Roy was the writer and producer of a movie called Street Trash that has quite a following. He did the as far as I know, the very first documentary that had ever been done about George Romero, called Document of the Dead, that he has since added to and added to and added to. And now he's got like this great final version that's called the definitive, Document of the Dead. Anyway, so Roy, I interviewed Roy in the 80s. I think it was in 1988. I interviewed him in Deep Red magazine. I went to his house, his apartment. He lives right across from Central Park, really beautiful place. And so I interviewed him, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you in your interview life, but I make friends a lot of the times with the people that I interview. Like, for whatever reason, we hit it off so well that we talk to each other after the interview. And so that's what happened with Roy. Roy and I became great friends. And I'd go to his apartment and, hang out with him. And one day, let's say I didn't see him for about a year, whatever. And then we got together again. And he goes, let me show you something. He opens up this book, and there are pictures of Barbara Steele. And she's like lying on the couch and just looking, in a kind of sexy way, whatever, posing, fully clothed or anything like that. But still, it's Barbara Steele making a sexy face. And it was like a recent picture. Wow. He dated her.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And I'm like, Roy, you dated Barbara Steele. Barbara Steele. And he's like, yeah. Mr. Humble. So that's always
he's like, oh yeah,
like if I talk to him and let's say he's in a bad mood or something happens or whatever, I go, yeah, but you fucking dated Barbara Steele, right? You were in there. You know how many millions of men would want to be in there? Come on. But, and I don't mean to be too crass about it, but it's not just about that. She is just this absolutely stunning, one-of-a-kind, original human being. Beautiful in a way that is almost indescribable because she's so unique. I just recently watched Mill of the Stone Women.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which I don't have the Blu-ray yet. I watched it on Arrow. And Arrow has 4 different versions of it. It's so funny. But I watched the Italian version because that's the language it was shot in. And there's this actress in it. I can't say her name off the top of my head. But she plays a part that, like, you look at it and you go, well, that's Barbara Steele. Barbara Steele would do that. Because it's like a gothic horror, as you may well know. So she's just like, she's beyond iconic, and there's never been anyone to replace her, has there?
No, not really. It's kind of I don't know, like there's a lot of horror icons that are that are women that I think that like they're certainly out there, but like I'm trying to think of one that had that kind of allure, that kind of like stay power. Because she worked with like I said, she worked with like everybody. Like she had this.
I know she's so wonderful. She's so wonderful in 8.5. I love her in 8.5. Her entrance when you see her and she lifts up her hat.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I feel like Barbara Crampton is kind of, for me, like maybe a Barbara Steele.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah, for me, yes and no. Barbara Crampton, love Barbara Crampton. But just for me, Reanimator, she's phenomenal in Reanimator. Everything else I've seen her in, okay. She's not like, I don't see her and go, my God, she's the most. I'm not trying to knock your choice.
No, you're fine.
But it's just like she's not. But I understand what you're saying. That's like say you could say Linnea Quigley. It's same idea. You could say a Scream Queen or something like that, because there certainly have been Michelle Bauer. Hello.
Yeah.
Definitely. But Barbara Steele is in a class by herself.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the film?
Oh, it's great.
It's different, isn't it?
It really is. I was kind of thinking about like what I thought my favorite movie of hers is, and it's kind of hard for me to pick because there's things that I love about, different films that she's in. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, she's so versatile, right? Like, she
Yes.
was in like Cronenberg's first film. She was in, oh gosh, she had a string of like first films for like what turned out to be really big directors.
God bless Cronenberg because he gave us Barbara Steele titties. When they started showing her nude, it was like, after a lifetime of obsessing over her since I was a kid,
yeah,
in all those 70s Gothic pieces that she did. And there she is showing her knobs. It was, whoa.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like those were ultra conservative. So, I mean, when she started her new kind of wave in her career in like the mid to late 70s, it was pretty awesome for her. Oh yeah, she was in Joe Dante's, oh gosh, what was that movie? Where she played a scientist. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't. Piranha. Wasn't she, and she did a film a couple of years ago called The Butterfly Effect or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not
it's a recent film that she did. Look it up.
Yeah, me.
The Butterfly. I think it's called The Butterfly Effect. I think it's definitely The Butterfly something. And she's the star.
Look, I know that she kind of semi-recently did Ryan Gosling's first movie when as a director, but it was pretty good.
Oh, great.
The Butterfly Room.
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't remember because there's so many fucking butterfly movies.
Right. But no,
Butterflies are free. Remember that one?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's great. And I mean, to say something, to pivot back to Roy, like I know I was telling you this, but like he gave me my first professional writing gig for Films in Review, for the website version of it. And I mean, I was already so in awe of him just because I was very familiar with his work. I was and is a huge fan of Street Trash. So not only did I get to like interview him, but then he brought me on as a writer for a little while. So that was amazing.
I've written for Roy. I did a very long, loving piece in Films in Review about The Devil's Rejects.
Nice.
Because when I saw The Devil's Rejects, I was blown away. I'll never forget. I saw it with my son, and I thought it was the most spot-on homage to 70s exploitation horror movies I'd ever seen. The way it was shot, the attitude, the fact that he was actually using characters that he himself had already created in a previous film, so there was familiarity with, the performers, but to me, it's it's his masterpiece. Yeah. He'll never make anything better than that. I mean, if he's making the Munsters, he's not even in the same fucking universe anymore, But when he was making these, I happen to love that trilogy, by the way. When I first saw House of a Thousand Corpses, I thought it was horrible. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is he doing?
Yeah.
But that is one of those movies that really grew on me, to the point now where I adore it. I love House of a Thousand Corpses.
Now, did you get this? I know it had a very limited theatrical run, but did you get to see it on the big screen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't like it. The reason why I didn't like it was I thought that he didn't know where he wanted to go with it. Like, is it funny? Is it serious? Is it a homage, or are you trying to do something new? It's like, because it's all over the place. And it's full of a tremendous amount of improv.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning scene with Michael Pollard. Yeah. But Sid Haig is wonderful in it.
Yeah.
He's wonderful. It is the best thing Sid Haig has ever done, is that character.
Yeah, and I mean,
And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and Rob, like, really, I mean, like, he specifically wrote that for him, right?
For Sid Haig?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Mike, I don't know the origin story behind it, so that might very well be true.
Because that is a hell of an awesome role for anybody, but he nails that character like so well.
What's the matter? Don't you like clowns? Oh God. Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah. And again, I mean, just having Sid Haig in there, and he is such an icon of like 60s and 70s like grindhouse movies. So
who the fuck looks like Sid Haig? Nobody. I mean, just Sid Haig.
Yeah. Nobody would want to look like.
He's wonderful. It's very sad that he's no longer with us.
Now, did you get to meet him?
No, but I have plenty of friends who have.
Yeah.
Plenty, because he did the conventions. He did a lot of conventions.
He was, I mean, I have to say, like, there's like a handful of actors that I met that are and were so amazing with their fans. Like he was one of them, obviously. Like Betsy Palmer was like the most amazing person.
That's wonderful to hear. That's wonderful to hear. And it's true. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I said, a lot of these people that I've interviewed, I've become friends with them. They're just human beings like all of us. I know it sounds silly to say, but no, I mean, you're standing before Sid Haig, you're like, this is fucking Sid fucking Haig.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice especially when you know that they don't have an ego, right?
Right.
Like, I've talked to some people, and I won't name names, who it was disappointing because they had a very high opinion of themselves, like maybe more so than they should have. But, I don't focus on that. I focus on the people that were awesome, like Sid and Betsy Palmer, and Barbara Crampton is another one that is amazing too.
Camille Keaton, she, of course, I Spit on Your Grave it's amazing. But that box set, which we'll talk about once we get to it, but that box set that just came out from Vinegar Syndrome with her European films is phenomenal. And my friend, Ed Edinger, he's very close with Camille. They're pals. And it's like nothing. It's like, I said, hey, Art, do you think you could get Camille in like a poster of her, she's not a poster, but an 8x10 of her in the boat with the axe, and just write something. And, Art's like, yeah, sure, I'll let her know. It's like, it's that easy. Pick up the phone. Hey, Camille.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, which,
can I go next?
Yep.
Well, this I thought was one of the greatest releases of recent times. It's certainly about a year or two old.
Nice.
The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. I mean.
And that's a Synapse, yeah. Nice.
Metal.
Nice.
Is that how you say it? Synapse? I always thought it was Synapse.
I'm probably saying it wrong. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah,
You have it. Don't you have it?
I don't have it. I know bad.
Bro, you've got a fucking box set of I Dream of Jeannie, but you don't have The Living Dead at the Manchester.
I know. I'm on a budget.
There are certain things that, so you just eat bread and water for a week. You got to get the Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. Come on. Come on. This is the kind of thing that's going to be crazy on fucking eBay if it isn't already. But this film,
yeah, it's a good one.
Great zombie film, and so weird in where it's placed within the context of Romero and, when 1974.
Yeah.
So it's before Dawn.
Yeah, and then it's definitely before like any of the Fulci movies. Those were like late 70s. So
just really, really wonderful, wonderful, great movie. I guess we got to talk faster or we'll be here all night, right? You go.
I was gonna say that's fine with me. It probably will be a long video.
Yeah, but how many people are going to have the attention span to sit here with us this long?
Well, we'll make them.
Do you have any idea how many people actually watch? I mean, sometimes the counter on YouTube doesn't mean shit,
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Like the first episode's gotten a lot of views, and I know the boxing video has done really well. So,
all right, that's great. You know what I always say, bro? Because again, I've always been in mass media. It doesn't matter to me whether I'm talking to 10 million people or if I'm talking to 2 people. The fact that there's anybody on this earth that gives a flying fuck what I have to say about anything is more of a thrill to me than how many people are watching, which is one of the reasons why I love podcasts and I love what the world has become, what our culture has become, that we could do these kinds of things. And, I mean, are we going to have 10 million people watching it? No, but, the people that will watch it, they're like-minded. And that's a nice thing when you could share like-mindedness of love of something. But like, how did you and I meet? Because we love this shit. If I passed you on the street, I'd never know that,
Yeah, you would just assume.
Maybe I would with you. Maybe I would with you.
Yeah, I mean, with me,
that guy looks like he likes a lot of horror. You could tell.
I mean, you might just on the street, you might assume male model, maybe.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So speaking of
next
awesome sets, and since we're sticking with Severin, this. Oh, you got it too? It's on your list? Yes.
I also have the Ghastly One's book.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, you tell your story, I'll tell mine.
Yeah, so you balled out with the deluxe, the ultra deluxe.
Why? Yours doesn't have all this?
No, mine does. It came with all this, but I thought there was one that had like a separate book or something like beyond the.
No, you're talking about a bundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I bought the Ghastly One separate from Severin's bundle.
Oh, okay.
It's an incredible book, and it's a reprint. It had been around before.
Yeah. Andy Milligan was an incredible filmmaker. It's so well. Here's a better shot of what's included. And
tell me why Andy Milligan was an incredible filmmaker.
I mean, it was just kind of incredible that he was like pretty ballsy about just being out and not being closeted. And that's, to me, not, I get a little choked up, but to me, honestly, that's kind of awesome because it's so ballsy because even in like Hollywood, there's so many people that are in the closet and are afraid that it'll screw up their career. But this was like a maverick that didn't give a shit. And
no, he did not indeed give a shit.
And so this is the book that you were referring to, and it is
written
great.
by my pal Stephen Thrower, or Stephen. I don't know if you pronounce it Stephen or Stephen.
But yeah, it is an incredible set.
He's, by the way, he's an astonishing author. Astonishing.
Oh yeah.
Astonishing. The two books he did on Jess Franco are masterpieces. There's no other way of describing it. The book he did on Fulci, masterpiece.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Nightmare USA, masterpiece.
Oh yeah, I mean, I own that. Everyone needs to own that. Everyone should own that book if they're
Nightmare USA.
Yeah. Well, all his books, but that one especially.
He's a wonderful guy. He's a sweetheart. We've become nice friends, and
that's awesome. I mean, I'd love to have him on. That would be maybe like the 3 of us. That would be pretty awesome.
I'm sure he gets a lot of requests for stuff like that. He's also a musician.
Yeah.
But his commentaries, there are two people that I think are, well, the best when it comes to commentary, and that would be, there's a male and a female. The male is Tim Lucas. Tim Lucas is the king, because Tim comes prepared. Tim gives you so much information, but he also gives you that sense of somebody that loves the film and, wants to share every aspect of it that he knows, or little tidbits or whatever, or the history or influences of what. It's just, he's incredible. So Tim Lucas, the best. Woman, there's only one for me, Kat Ellinger.
Yeah. When you said that, I thought you were going to say her, and yeah, I
said male, female. I made sure I said that in the beginning, male, female. So male Tim Lucas, female Kat Ellinger. And if you were going to tell me I had to go to a desert island and I could only bring one of the two, well, I'd have to bring Kat, because if I'm going to be on a desert island, I've got to be with a woman somehow, even if it's just with commentary.
Yeah, there you go.
I love the way she talks and the way that she talks about the films, She's got such an incredible, she'll say, this is just a gorgeous shot. Look at this shot. I mean, that just makes me so happy just to look at that. She's, oh God, she's fantastic. She's great.
Yeah, I think I was trying to look it up, but
love you, Kat, if you ever see this.
Yeah, no, she's terrific. I know she does a lot of like commentaries for like Kino, and
she does commentaries for everybody, Mike. Yeah. Everybody. She did this thing recently that did you know that I told you have to get the Arrow app? They're celebrating Jean Rollin, who happens to be in my top 5 of all time. I love Jean Rollin. And she does this incredible analysis of his career. Kat does. And it's amazing. It's like if nobody ever heard of Jean Rollin and you said, listen, I want to show you why this guy's films are great. You just show them what Kat did in that documentary that she did. And, any self-respecting horror fan, worth his salt, if they would see that they never had heard of him, would want to check him out.
Yeah.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan of Jean Rollin?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'd imagine you would be.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, and she's fantastic. I was gonna say, kind of bringing it back to like Severin. She recently did a fantastic job in the Woodlands Darkened Days Bewitched, the folk horror documentary.
I didn't watch it. You know why? I wanted to wait till I got the box. Because if I watched that documentary, because I know it was streaming and stuff, or you could buy it, to stream. But if I watched that, then I would internally hemorrhage if I didn't have the movies to go
if
to
you
right
could,
away.
Yeah, watch them right away.
It would kill me. You mean I got to wait 6 fucking months until I can see these? It would kill me.
Yeah.
Plus, I want it. Plus, to be honest with you, I just want to be surprised. Mm-hmm. I don't know these films, so I just want to put them in and watch them. I don't want, then I'll watch what she had to say about them after the fact. But I first want to. I want to be surprised,
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm really excited to hear what you think about those. So what is your?
I love folk horror. I love it to death. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's funny how even like, so my box set is shipping, but like I put a word out there that I was looking for Blood on Satan's Claw, the Severin. Was like 2 or 3 disc set.
Yes.
And a friend of mine, like he like pointed out that somebody on a forum was selling it for like $30, and I was like, I lost my freaking mind. Yeah, I jumped on there and I was like, I was just praying to the film gods it wasn't sold. So
did you get it?
I did get it. So I got that, and
that's wonderful. I've been through that too, bro. I've looked for stuff on eBay or whatever, found it, was shocked that the price was within the range of humanity, and gotten it, and Yeah.
That is a
Great,
thrill. I
great
mean,
feeling. What a great feeling that is.
it is like, so not only did this guy have that, and I bought that right away, but he also
Yeah.
had Bloody New Year from Vinegar Syndrome with the slipcover, $20. I was like,
Yeah.
I never paid for anything quicker.
And it's funny because obviously anybody that's watching this podcast, for the most part, I would imagine, are like you and I and love physical media, love movies. But it's like, everybody in life has different things that they love. If you love sports, or if you love clothes shopping, or if you love, Great Danes and chandeliers, whatever the hell your thing may be. The thing is that there is this, being a movie fan, loving movies, especially horror movies, because there's so much fun, and having the knowledge, and then also eventually having the ability to own what you love, especially if you found it, like it's like a treasure hunt, literally. It's a wonderful feeling to know that film is on the shelf,
Yeah.
because it's real. Like, I have a movie like that. I have many like that, but one of my favorite ones that I have that's like that is Combat Shock.
Yeah.
I have the Synapse, and this is the part that's even better. It was a gift from Buddy.
Wow. Nice.
Because Buddy and I know each other a long time.
Yeah.
And he sent it to me as a gift, and I mean,
Nice.
you can't find it anywhere. I think that they printed 1,000 of them.
I know I interviewed Buddy a couple of times, and he was such a nice person. Like,
a great man, great guy.
I mean, I know we were talking about like people that are so awesome without egos, and boy, that he's one of them. He's awesome.
No way, no ego on that man, and he has every right in the world to have an ego.
Yeah, like somebody that's like that and is, I think, such a damn icon is Frank Henenlotter. Like,
Frank is great.
Yeah, like that's somebody that I got to know after interviewing him, and it was
that's wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
glad to hear that, because he is great. Let me show you while you're talking about Frank. I don't know if I could switch the camera around. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Here we go. I'm gonna press this button here.
nice. Oh, who signed it? That's awesome.
Frank signed it.
Nice.
And he drew Belial.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a very sweet guy. Very sweet man.
It was so cool. He had me over at his apartment, and
so that means you saw Belial.
Yeah, and I got to see the amazing, his like wall of movies that he does all his interviews behind. And I mean, it's like even more impressive like in person, because like whatever you see in that interview is like not even like a tenth of what he has. It's staggering. Like, I want to ride out the apocalypse at Frank's house. I mean, it's, but again, he's somebody that is so talented, so nice. He has zero ego.
If anybody in this world should have an ego, it's Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, the man created some things that are just, I mean, I can't even begin. I mean, basket case, of course, brain damage.
Yeah, not to mention Frankenhooker, one of the,
I happen to think that even everybody loves Basket Case, of course, but I really think, and it's a masterpiece, but so is Brain Damage.
Yeah.
Brain Damage is an absolutely stunning, amazing fucking movie. Amazing.
Yeah.
And to have, and to have, the humor along with the horror. He's very good at that. And there are some people that are not.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because I wrote a piece about Krampus, and I was saying about how, juggling tone like that is so difficult. And I mean, Frank's somebody that can pull that, like a tonal shift like that, like off completely.
He really can. He really can. You're right.
But I have to say one of the funniest things was oh, nice. I love it. So we were like hanging out, and there is like this nice. So if all your
A Christmas ornament of Belial.
I love it.
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
No, that's fine. I was just saying that, like, I was so surreal because I was hanging out in his place, and that's just surreal in and of itself. But then he's got like the giant dick monster on an RC car from Bad Biology.
Yes.
Just hanging around, and I thought that was
just hanging around.